Hello, could you tell us what your name is and how long you've been in this country?
My name is Sudeshna Saha, and I've been in this country for 20 years.
At what age did you make it into this country?
I came in when I was 22.
And what was your biggest challenge when you came here?
I think the biggest challenge was actually because I came here after being married. So I knew enough about the Western culture, having had relatives here, and I went to an Irish Catholic school. But I think my biggest challenge was to start a married life on my own without any support of family in a country where I don't know anybody. That was my biggest challenge.
Which first impression did you have that ended up being very different from in reality?
Well, I did not have any misconceptions as such, but I think, yes, one of the things that people I thought were very open to me, and they kept saying, oh, you speak really good English. So I think one of the things that I felt was that, I used to think because it's a melting pot, people knew a lot about other people's cultures, but it's not always the case. I mean, people are very open to learning, but for instance, there are a lot of people who didn't really know that, yes, such schools exist where, people learn English, and it's not something they learn when they come here. Not everybody, some people do, but there are enough people there that English is a first language in certain countries because the official medium of conducting business is English. So, but otherwise, I have to say that I think I grew up here, and I've learned all my good ethics in this country. So.
Thanks. Is there a misconception on the part of Americans towards the Indian?
Like I said, they often think everyone's vegetarian, and because I don't blame them as what they see in the media. They don't have our curriculum is not very global. We do learn European history, and but in countries like India, we have a global education. Like you have to learn world history, world geography, world economics. I grew up learning about the government in America, like the American democracy. So it's because that's, this is not, so I don't blame people, but yeah, it is, they think that I've learned this language here, and maybe those were the two misconceptions I have faced, but there might be more that I'm not aware of.
How about in terms of similarities and differences? What do you find are the
I think
between the two
apart
countries?
from the color of skin, people have the same kinds of hopes, aspirations, fears, dreams. There's so much similarity, the way family come together. It's really.
Could you talk a little bit about the cultural diversity there's some aspects of cultural diversity that are in India?
Yeah, India is very diverse because it's been shaped by history. Different groups came, conquered, stayed, intermarried, spread their culture. So in India, people look different, and we have 25 official languages. So you might, when you go into a neighboring state, you are like a foreigner because you don't know what they're saying. There are some similarities in North, like Sumati pointed out yesterday, Hindi-speaking regions speaking similar languages, but there's a lot of contrasts. So that is why Hindi became an official language. That is why everyone learns English, so we can communicate with our own people. And there's diversity in food, diversity in religious practices too, even though everyone's mostly Hindu. It's very regionalized.
Is there something about India that you really miss that you don't see here in America?
What I miss is really a lot of the food. Things like street food that we used to go and eat.
Like what type of?
Oh, these are called fuchkas. They're very regional West Bengal street food, and here the restaurants all cater towards North Indian food. So I miss that, but apart from and I miss some of my school friends and my family, of course. But I think I really learned a lot from this country, and I'm very grateful.
Well, I think that concludes our interview. I thank you very much.
Thank you.